ATL, your weekly podcast covering sex, love, dating issues, and living in Atlanta. I am LaKenya, and co-hosting this episode is
Avery West,
Hugo,
Savoi,
and we are the Panel ATL.
So we have 3 segments for our show. What that mouth do? Our segment where we discuss sex-related topics, love, and situationships, where we talk about dating and the lack of dating, followed by our topic of the day segment, where we talk about a hot-button issue or just an issue from today's media.
If you would like to follow along with the conversations from this episode, you can do so on social media by using the hashtag #ThePanelATL, and also on PodN using the hashtag #PanelATL.
So,
you want to do that right? No, you want to do it again?
But then what is it?
Y'all should have practiced.
I did. On social media using the hashtag #ThePanelATL.
Okay.
and hashtag
And on
PodN.
PodN.
Okay. Go ahead.
I cannot.
oh yeah, so so the hashtag #ThePanelATL and hashtag PodN. So I just want to go back. Like, what the hell is a situationship? Like, how do you describe? What's that? I've never heard of that.
A situationship is an undefined relationship. Plain and simple. It's just undefined.
But that, I mean, ain't that just a situation? Why
A situation, but y'all are. If it's two people. I can't. I'm trying to. I just want to say relationship.
But it ain't. You're
The way
right.
I feel like it's one person who believes or want them to be in a relationship, and then it's another person who like, nah, this is like what's that song said? We ain't going steady, we just fucking around. So that person is like, this is just a situation here. I'm fucking around. We, cooling it, and then the other person wants like an actual relationship. So you put it together. It's a situationship. Like it really
No
honestly
title.
ain't nothing because y'all haven't made it.
If one person don't want to be in a relationship, then can one person be in a situationship by themselves?
That's usually how it is because you got one person thinking, okay, this is a relationship or is leading to a relationship, and the other person, like you, say this is just a situation. So
Yeah, I just don't. It's a relationship or it ain't to me. It ain't no gray areas. We either doing it or we ain't doing it. We don't gotta categorize everything.
Because a couple episodes you basically said that you was in a situationship. That's what I thought.
Hey y'all,
Welcome.
Hi.
and now we have
You want to
Bryan.
introduce yourself?
Bryan with a Y. Late.
You caught a nut and everything. It's like,
The thing is, he
Well,
was
she said go to
early.
the stop sign, but then there was no stop sign until the end.
There isn't no stop sign because I almost got hit not stopping for the
Dear
And then
Jesus,
was it a
Lord.
garage or a lot?
It's a lot.
See, now I was looking for a
Oh
garage.
Jesus!
That's
And then I finally
ATL.
found a lot.
And it was 2
I don't have
miles
a wallet.
away.
You had to pay first.
Well, you
Yeah.
have to pay, but I only have cash. And they only accept 1s and 5s, and I only have
Dear
20.
Jesus.
So I had to go to a restaurant and say, can I have change? All these servers, I have 2 10s. Okay, well, I need 1s and 5s. So I had to go to the next place
Have mercy.
and get 1s and 5s. And then pay for parking. And then walk my ass up here. And I thought my food was going to be ready.
Welcome to
And now I got a
Atlanta.
bad
I am
attitude.
so
Okay. Well, we glad you're here.
We were just talking about situationship. We on the situationship.
Oh.
What would you categorize?
You believe in situationships
I don't
now?
know. It's a fairy tale. I don't believe that. If you in a situation by yourself, that's cool, but that's on you. Like, I think it should
See,
be
this is the
certain.
problem.
I think it should just be certain guidelines.
So let me ask this question: When you just going over the girl house because they've listened to the episode the first episode,
Right.
So they know who you are a little bit. So my thing is when you're in whatever that is, and the other person wants more, and they think that y'all together, but you know that you're not together with them. What do you call that?
That's still a situation. It's a bad situation. It might
So
be.
you in a situationship
Nah,
with
see,
this girl.
but you added too much. Just too
What
much.
is the big thing
All right,
about the word ship?
Men don't like ship,
All right,
they
so
don't like it.
for instance, when you make spaghetti, you separate the noodle from the sauce, right?
Not everybody
And
does
then,
that, yeah.
right, some people, some
Yeah, we
people
used
that
to
do.
put it all together.
Right. So when you trying to measure it and so it end at the same time, right? You might misguide and you might just eat all the noodles and then get what you got on it. Too much sauce.
I'm done.
That's too much. That's too much sauce.
Someone get this guy.
Exactly.
Please.
I don't even know why I'm
Listeners,
advocating for the situationship.
We
I've
got
never
a
been in one.
free boy. Anybody?
So can you be in a
anybody want it?
situationship if you had somebody, like if you was in a whole relationship, but then you got a side?
See, that's another just
See, so
situation. That's
the
another
other
That be a
situation.
situationship too.
We'll
That
talk.
is a situation.
Yeah, that is a situation.
Yeah, I have somebody.
For the
Like I'm
other
in a
person. The
I'm in a
other person.
relationship, but then I have a chick on the side.
Wait, that's cheating.
That-
That's a situation.
That is.
It's ship.
But it could just be called cheating.
No.
So
That's
you
true.
see the complications
thing.
that come with this.
It's the ship.
No,
part
that's a
really
ship.
Right,
Yeah,
so
I'm in
it's
a
the all right.
relationship,
So
but
for
I got a
instance,
situation.
I think that if you in a situation, you're not on the ship yet.
Have y'all not heard of Erykah Badu song? Where,
I mean,
next
You know,
life
you
comes,
just
she's like,
not on the
I'm
ship if you in a situation.
Okay, well, so
if I'm in a
so
relationship,
a friendship is not a friendship. Is it just a friend?
you on the ship, you on that wave, but you not on the wave. You just
I
a
don't know nothing about
situation.
He's taking it too literal. We
Right.
just
No,
be
y'all
naming
taking it and making it complicated.
That's not
complicated.
He being a man. He being a man. He's
So let me ask, when Erykah Badu said, when she met the man and she said, you know, I'm in this situation, what was that?
I'm in a relationship.
situation.
I mean, you just adding it to another
No, she
situation.
said, I'm in this,
If
you
you
know,
want
I'm
to
in this
categorize
situation,
it
but I'm
as a
feeling
situation,
you.
I understand. You just got to be complicated.
No, you gotta be
gotta
something.
I'm complicated. You adding 3-4 extra letters to a word. It mean the same thing. So situation doesn't mean the same thing. At the end of the day, when you break it all down, what does it
It's the
mean?
same thing.
It still be categorized as a situation.
Yes. We just retitled it as a situation.
He don't like titles. See, this is where we added the ship. That means it's a
I'm not
title, and he
comfortable
don't want
with
the
gray
title.
area.
You cross
I'm
it.
not comfortable with labels, but I'm very comfortable with titles. I need to know what we're doing so nobody can get confused, and you know we can all know what this is, and we know what we expect.
But you can't be in a situation.
I've never been in it.
If
I've
you
never
know
been
what
in
the
it.
guidelines is.
But I've never been in it.
Me neither. Nobody has. Have you been in the
I
situation?
ain't know nobody.
I know.
You been in a all right. So what's your and introduce yourself? Oh, you already did. Tiana. All right. So what is your definition of a situationship?
Basically, is where you're in a situation, you're dating someone, okay? But you don't really know what the situation is. But you're dating, y'all going out, y'all hanging out, but you don't have that title. It gets a little complicated.
So you saying that when you have a situation, it becomes complicated.
It
now
becomes
it's
complicated.
The situation is already complicated.
Yes,
Because
it's
it's
The
not
situation is
black and white.
complicated already
Yes.
because it's not defined.
You're
a
right.
situation is not defined. That's the
And
gray
now,
area.
So
let's
it's a
keep in mind.
We just like saying we booing up. Like that's the situation.
This is the lady's point of view now. So this is what the lady is thinking the whole time, while you over here thinking, "Oh, we chilling. Well,
I mean, I
But
should
she
over here
shouldn't be
thinking,
catching
"That's a
feelings.
situation."
If we haven't discussed catching feelings, she shouldn't be catching feelings.
But that's a
That's
woman, though.
exactly.
That's
All right.
Like I said, he just being a man. Let him be a man because that's what he doing.
I don't know.
Okay, so
That's what he's doing.
I guess I'm gonna say we need to slide on to a break before we get into our first segment. So we'll be back.
I gotta eat, y'all.
Alright, so welcome back everybody. So we're gonna jump into our first segment of the day, which is What That Mouth Do. Today we'll be talking about sex parties, swinger parties, as well as a little bit of poly relationships. So today we have a special guest, Tiana. Introduce yourselves. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tiana, better known as Sensational.
What makes you sensational?
Here we go.
Goes way back in my day when I was on a pole, you know, just stuck with.
You was a dancer?
Yes, I was. 15 years.
Damn. Okay.
And
I
then
wish
I
I
went to
could
corporate.
Oh, God.
I want to be a stripper. I wish if I was a woman, I'd be a stripper.
Really.
I think so.
I mean, it's
I wouldn't like it.
it's really good exercise.
You know?
You know?
That it is. And I took a class and I was like, Jesus.
Yes.
Very talented young.
Was you working in Atlanta? Do you want to say what club you worked in?
Not here in Atlanta.
Okay.
I really didn't work in any clubs. I
Private.
did.
Oh, I heard that's best. I know a few male strippers that do private dance.
So what's the difference between maybe like private and working at a club? Would you say? Besides
More money.
more money, private.
Yeah, more money. You get
Really?
paid up front.
So they making it rain more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get your money up front.
Now, have you ever been in the Players Club situation?
I have.
Can you say, oh my God.
You got a stalker?
Please tell us what happened.
I have. I've done had to do some things to some people.
Oh.
Yeah. People try to steal your money back. You gotta fight for your money.
Wow.
Yes.
niggas.
I done got
Right.
robbed coming out the club. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's a lot.
So how the
I've
security
danced with
went
big
up? They
people.
went on that? Security went there?
No. It sucked.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that event sucked. So.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about what you came in for. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole nother segment.
Right.
So, you throw parties. Tell us a little bit about the parties and who attends these parties, what type of people, kind of what goes on.
Okay, well, this is actually going to be our first party that we're throwing. And the reason why we decided to do this type of party is because most of these swingers clubs that's around, it's not all women. There's men involved, and a lot of lesbian, LGBT people don't like to go to the regular swingers clubs because there's men there. It makes them uncomfortable. Okay. So we decided to do an all lesbian swinger party. That way they can feel comfortable there. They don't have to worry about any men coming up to them, trying to approach them, make them feel uncomfortable. So we was like, well, let's just do an all lesbian swingers party. So that's how that came about.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay. So everybody has this idea of like a swinger party just being like people butt, booty, pussy, naked. And I've been to a sex party before, and that, you know, that is like, but I think like people look at it as these are just like sluts and just nasty people. Like these are actually like people, like basically what I'm saying is what type of people will go to these, like people who are like looking just to spice up their sex life?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they go just for fun. Sometimes it's fulfilling their fantasies, something that they can't do just on any regular day, you know, and some people just want to come and just watch. Like some people,
so that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We have a few people that's coming to just watch because we're gonna have
Savoi.
other things for them to do. So besides joining in into the festivities, we're gonna have other things. We're gonna have dancers there. We're gonna have food, drinks. We're gonna have hookahs, free drinks. I mean, it's just, so if you don't want to participate, you don't have to participate.
No, this is
you can just
a party.
Right. But we have different rooms that's gonna have different themes.
Okay.
So if you find someone in there that you're interested in and you want to, you know, have sex with, then they're going to have a wristband on. That wristband is going to state if they're there to party, to watch, or I forgot what the other one was, but we're going to make sure that
maybe.
Maybe. If the feeling is there.
Gotcha.
Basically.
If it's mutual.
So boy, you have
Swap
a maybe
right.
on?
No, she want a party.
She gonna have a DTF.
She gonna have all
So
three.
you have to wear clothes, or we have to wear like boxers?
Well, we said that there is a dress code to where you can come dressed in lingerie, something sexy, something appealing to the eye, you know. That way you can get into the mood, see what that person is looking like, because most people have a type. They don't want to just get with just anybody, but there's going to be all types of people there. Everybody has a type. Everybody, you know, has their different types of, you know, what they're interested in. So
a transsexual was allowed, or is just lesbian?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But no men.
No, I mean it's LGBT, so we know no
Straight man.
no straight man is gonna come and, you know, if they're bisexual, they just need to know that it's gonna be mostly lesbians there. You know, if it's transgender, it's probably gonna be there. No straight man is gonna be there, basically. Let's just put it that way.
So let me ask, how did you get into sex parties and swingers? Like, how did you get into it? Your first experience going to one?
Let's see. Ever since I was a teenager. Yeah, I was a teenager. I've always been very open and just like a little butterfly. You know, I just fly where the wind takes me. You know.
But I feel like anybody that's been to college really that's partied and been in a swinging situation before.
Yeah, they have. They just sometimes they don't want to admit
Not
it.
everybody.
They don't want to admit that they're swingers. You know, they don't even want to admit that they've even been in a poly relationship, but they have. Mm-hmm. They just didn't know that that's what it was.
I was gonna say knowingly.
Yeah, knowingly they might not have knew that, but they weren't.
So are you single?
No, I am not. I have a fiance. We've been together 5 years.
Oh,
Female?
congrats.
Female.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, are you guys in an open relationship or a poly relationship?
We're not in an open relationship, but we are in a poly relationship.
So what's the
we
difference?
date together. We date together. We
Okay.
only date together. She don't date anybody separately, and I don't date anybody separately.
And when you say you date together, you go out on dates or you have sexual experiences together?
Both. Yeah, we do both.
So, the person that you and your girlfriend's dating,
Fiance.
well, fiance's
Married,
dating,
right?
what if that person want to date somebody else other than you two?
And that's fine as long as they tell us that that's what they're doing. Because if there's sex involved, we need to know that she's having sex with somebody else.
So let me ask this, because have that ever been a problem for you, like where the other person have cheated or stepped outside those guidelines and not told you, like, hey, I'm fucking this whole other person here, or have you done that, or?
No, I've never cheated, but I've had pretty much all my exes have cheated on me, and I would have been actually okay with them dating somebody else had they been upfront and honest with me. But since they lied about it, that was a problem for me. Right. And everybody that I've been with knew that I was poly, and they knew that I was open to things like that. But because they lied about it, it was a problem for me.
I also have a question. So when you say it's poly, you're engaged to your fiance. So when you say you're going out on dates, is the ultimate goal to have someone permanently involved with your relationship? And
Yes.
then what is their title then at that time?
Our partner.
Your partner.
Yes,
Okay.
it'll be our partner. From our partner, starting out as girlfriend, then our partner, to maybe my sister wife. I really want a sister wife. That's
What's a sister
me more
wife?
about this.
Yes.
Wow.
What's a sister wife?
another wife.
I've only heard it when Hugo mentioned it on the show one episode.
Yeah, another wife.
Yeah,
another wife.
You take on the same responsibility. You get two wives. I mean, for a man perspective, I have just two wives.
But
to
it'd
take care
just be all three women.
Okay.
But they don't have the legal binding.
Right, they won't have the legal binding.
Okay.
But we definitely want to make sure that it's close enough.
And at that point, they would move in and you guys live together? Okay.
Move in,
So would it grow? Can it grow from there too? Or, oh Jesus!
Now,
The same thing me and my fiance have would be what she would have. And it'd just be three.
So my only concern with being in a poly or open relationship is I will feel like I'm missing out on something. Like, because you think about relationships and you're like, okay, you're mine, or we're together. But I will feel like I'm not enough because you want to date other people. Is that kind of some of the things that people feel, or have you felt that way?
No. Because I'm very secure with myself. So I know I'm enough.
So that's the key. Be secure in yourself.
It's a lot of mental in there. Like a lot of people can't handle. I mean, there's still gonna be a little bit of jealousy there. I mean, that's just a human reaction.
That's women.
But
period.
that's where but that's where communication comes in, and you have to talk about everything. You cannot just be silent and not say nothing, because those partners need to know what's going on in your head and how you're feeling. That way we could figure out what we need to do to fix it.
Well, what's the purpose of it though? What's the
Well, I seen if anybody seen like the last season of Orange is the New Black, it was a couple on there. It was a guy and a lady, and pretty much, I think he wanted to have sex, but she didn't want to have sex. So she was just like, just go out and get another woman. You can have sex with her, and we'll all be cool, And she was spending time with the kids and all, it just adding to, help pay the bills and watch the kids.
Can I admit something?
so like? Because I'm trying to figure out what's the point of poly relationships. Like, what's the point?
Confession.
Wait, LaKenya.
No, just you saying that kind of reminded me of something that I used to think. Like, for me, back then, I wasn't into oral. So I would say, if you want oral sex, you can go find giving. I was like, so if you are into oral, you can go find somebody else to do that. Just come back to me, and we'll have the other stuff. But they would just be for the oral part.
Before you go, since we did mention sex 2 times in the different situations, is this just for sex? Like, do you be in open relationships or poly relationships just so you can have that person you come home to, but you also have like somebody who have sex for?
So what's the purpose?
Because actually, to be honest, I've had my first threesome when we first started having poly relationships 4 years ago in our relationship. I had my first threesome.
So you
I've
think
been
that
poly
triggered-
all my life, but I just never had a poly relationship. I wanted one, but I just didn't trust anybody enough to have one. You have to be very, very, very secure in your relationship. Both of you have to be very secure in your relationship in order for it to be successful. If it's not, it's not gonna work.
So you say your exes cheated on you. Did but they knew you were poly?
Yeah, they know.
So did they never just? That's so confusing.
They just
to me.
never understood. They never understood it and grasped on the concept of it.
So were they poly?
So they weren't poly.
They weren't poly.
They're okay. There we
Yeah.
go.
But they
But they
technically,
weren't poly.
or I guess it ain't considered poly if it's not a relationship.
Right.
If you oh gosh.
Right.
The title they
only
get
know
confused.
cheating. People don't know poly. They only know outside of
Right.
going outside
Right.
the relationship. So I think that's
And it would be so much easier, you know, to just say, hey, let's just bring them home. Because it's more people out there that's poly than we know. Yes, I have a whole poly group on Facebook, and I
was gonna say, where do y'all meet each other?
I have 1,000 members in my poly group.
Oh Jesus!
And is this open
All
to me?
lesbians. All
there we
lesbians.
go.
Hugo was trying to get over
But there are many poly groups on Facebook that are for men and women. Like, I didn't even know that it was so many.
So, to someone who's looking to get into one, how would you recommend, like, they go out and look for? Do they say it on the first day at the bar, like, hey, I'm looking for an open relationship,
Plenty
are
of
you
fish,
down?
POF.
Plenty of
Like, what would be your recommendation for that? And as well as, do you build the relationship first for a certain amount of time and then transition to add another person?
You build a friendship, then you go into the relationship. Like normal dating. Like you would just single dating somebody. That's how a poly relationship begins. And most of the time, you would think that they would turn you down and look at you like you crazy, but a lot of people are really like with it. We've approached a lot of people, a couple of females in the club that just approached, didn't know they was poly or not, and they was with it.
I've been approached and no.
So let me ask this: what's your name? Because you're here. You want to? No, you're not here. No,
She's not here. She's here, but she's not here.
Okay, so we'll keep you unknown. Have you ever had a? Okay, just like no. Okay. I wanted to ask.
He's not gonna say them.
Do you have any?
No, she don't care.
Do you have any advice for those who may be a little apprehensive about attending a sex party? What they can do to sort of control that nervousness or anxiety?
Just come with an open mind. You have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to just come and just have fun. Like, just know that you don't have to participate if you don't want to. Nobody's gonna approach you and be like, let's do it. Like, no. That is, a lot of people when they attend swingers party, they seem to be kind of respectful, but that's why we have those wristbands for the ones who don't want to participate. They know not to approach them. They're just there to watch.
So is your party exclusive? Like, is it like a membership or is it?
No, it's not a membership.
Okay.
It is something that we're gonna do every month. Different cities.
Okay.
Atlanta will be the first city that we start in, and then we're probably gonna go to like Orlando or Miami or something like that, and then other states from there. So,
And when is the party for Atlanta again?
the 31st
Of
next
when?
week.
Can you give us the information? I don't know how they can find about any more information about the party.
Yes, there is. Let me give you the information because.
Hold on, while you pulling that up, Savoi, are you?
She said she's going.
Savoi, I feel like you should go just to come back and tell us how was it.
definitely
Would? Yeah, me and
I'll be out of town.
You can go. Look at it.
You could get the wristband. That
I am
says, I'm
gone. No, seriously, I'll be out of town.
But would you go?
No, because it's all lesbian.
Oh, you wouldn't want to watch that?
Oh, okay.
Don't give me that face. I know you want to go. I know you going.
Yeah, I want to go.
I bet.
But if you do want to attend, you can always RSVP at 407-333-5435. That will actually give you the address to the location because it is a secret location. We don't want just anybody there. So you will have to text that number.
You can't just pull up.
And you can't just pull up. And if you want to purchase advance tickets are $18. You will get the link.
Girl, these gay parties be charging people hella money.
How much is the
At the store is $25.
Okay. And are you guys gonna have like condoms and stuff?
Yeah,
Yes, we are fully prepared. We have condoms. We have female condoms.
I knew he was trying to say thank you.
There are female condoms.
What is the female have? What is
They use
it for?
dildos and toys. They
You gotta put a condom on that?
Yeah. If you're taking it in and out, somebody.
Oh.
Yes, safety first. Safety first. We have even promoted different locations where you can go get tested for STDs, things like that. If they want to come with paperwork to show that they're clean, you know, a lot of people like to do that. You know, just so they can be
Like
free
some driver
to
license.
participate.
Ain't got it.
Now, is it secret? Do you guys allow phones? It's like no pictures, like
No pictures. No pictures, but you know you can bring your phones, but there's no pictures allowed.
No Instagram live.
Yeah, no Instagram live.
Can't peek.
No. Lord have mercy.
So we have to put our phones up, probably, or
I mean, there will be
in the
security
car or
there.
something like that.
Is
will be
it female
security
security?
there.
Y'all need some more security?
It's female. Everything is female. Everything.
They call that, yeah. You have to forget.
Female security, female dancers, female bartender. Everything is female.
That's good.
oh wow.
It's a
If you
Secret location.
If you ever do one for like women and you need a male stripper, I'm available.
I got you.
You got me. I got you.
Yes.
I cannot.
And if we decide to have one with men included, I'll let you know.
And come back on the show because I may actually come too.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'll be watching unless there's a.
And I think we should.
You should.
I think we should.
Me and you can together.
We got this. Yeah.
We got y'all.
Let me ask this question because people think of swinging to only be like heterosexual relationships and then by females. Have you heard of like swinging for men, like with what you would think of a heterosexual relationship, but the man wants another man that helps with the woman? Like, is that possible? Are those out there?
Gang bang.
It is. It's out there.
What? But they gang banging the boyfriend, the two men.
Some guys like seeing a wife get off to other guys. Like, that's
Oh,
totally.
you talking about the two men together and then
Yeah, and the girl just
his
watched.
wife-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I've seen that. I've
your
seen
head.
that.
right.
Yeah, I mean that's like my fiance.
Just let it fit his glasses.
She really likes to see me with other women, like feminine women. She gets off on that.
So you're dating a stud?
Yeah. Yeah, there's just something about that she just loves so much.
She got a man mentality. I like to see my girl with another girl. I completely understand where she's coming from with this right now.
I don't know if I was
like
ready
two
for this
feminine women
today.
together.
Most definitely.
Bomb,
3,
right?
4.
Yeah.
So, do you ever see yourself if the life have changed and y'all break up? Do you ever see yourself ever going back to just a regular?
A monogamous relationship? No.
You saw the face that she made.
So what do you get the pros and cons? Tell about the pros and cons from your point of view of being in a monogamous relationship versus.
I believe in the concept of being free to love.
Amen. Free to love.
There's no amount of number, like you just free to love.
Say it, sister.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Like the way me and my fiance, we look at it like this. Our relationship, we love each other so much. Our bond is, you can't break that. So we want to bring somebody in that we can share that with. And that's what we look for. Like if they're not looking to have a relationship, then we don't waste our time.
So let me ask you a question. Do like a poly relationship like keep the other people from cheating? Like is that like maybe somebody would get in that type of relationship just so they'll know what the other person is doing? Or is that more so, you want to be the more secure part of the relationship?
That might be the case for some people.
Okay.
I've known a lot of people to get into a poly relationship to fix their relationship, but it doesn't fix it.
Gotcha.
It makes it worse. I've known some to get in just so they don't have to cheat. That doesn't work either.
Both away.
Yeah, you have to have, you can't go into it with, you have to have an open mind. Like you have to be, communication is everything though. Communication is everything. So, and I've never had the desire to cheat. I just love women. And I love feminine women.
You don't like
So they talk about me.
like studs.
They talk about me on the show a lot because I was like, I would date a girl who like was in a relationship with another guy. You know, it's just the situation at that time.
But the guy, her man don't know about you.
Right.
But
Right. That's not a poly relationship. But if he knew about you, though,
He
that
would
would
be
be a poly.
You're a side piece.
Yeah, you know you're a side piece. That's what she
Right.
said. They don't do side pieces.
Poly, everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
They don't know about you.
You're a secret.
You're open.
I just can't win.
You making it work. You
You do not think Tiana was gonna be on your side. No.
I just gotta get it through.
We dated someone for about 8 months, and we dated her, and she was dating somebody else, and she told us about the other person, and we was actually okay with that until she decided that she wanted to add the other person into our relationship.
Fuck it up.
But yeah, that kind of fucked it up.
So you wouldn't do that until
You wouldn't add a fourth one?
No, it was
it a
of
guy?
him.
Oh, but
Yeah.
it was.
Oh, do y'all have a limit on how many people can get joined?
No.
Is it a membership?
Jesus,
What?
thinking of a
What is this? An
whole-
orgy?
Pretty much.
There's no limit.
I'm open to
So
it.
you ever been in a poly that maybe, I mean, so no one, that you said they can step, but the two main people can't step out. They just,
See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, see, that's why it's called a poly-monogamous relationship. It's called a closed
got you.
a closed triad.
But you do have opens.
No, we don't have opens.
Not you, but I'm saying
But yeah,
they
you do have
some
opens. Yeah, and when a closed triad is if everybody's dating each other, you cannot date outside of that triad.
Can we have some more terms? Because this is all new to me. So you have
So
triad, polymonogamous.
Let me pull up my
Poly. Yeah,
because there's so many that you can choose from, and
Now, do you
You came
prefer
ready.
more educated, or do you prefer to get a newbie to kind of teach them, like, hey, this
no,
is...
I prefer someone that knows what they're doing, that's been in it before, that knows all the terms. I mean, I just prefer.
So you're not
that.
down to teach none of that love?
No. Well, let me take that back, because we're actually in a relationship now with somebody that we are teaching them from the beginning to the end.
How long do your relationship normally last, like any other relationship? Like, you ever had like a long-term poly relationship?
Well, 8 months.
Yeah, the longest we had was a year.
Oh, wow.
She lived with us.
And did you guys feel some way after y'all broke up?
Were both of y'all
We
hurt?
did.
Oh, yeah. Did y'all agree
Yeah.
on the breakup?
Yeah, we agreed on the
Okay.
breakup. Yeah, it was
this
just
is-
supposed
She
to
got to
happen.
go. Look.
That's a situationship. That's a situationship.
Yeah,
complicated.
It was a tough one. Yeah, and it was hard. It's like any other breakup. You don't want to break up with that person. You hurt just like.
I had some smooth breakups where it didn't hurt me at all.
And I mean, we still cool. But it would just never be. I
Press
can't
like,
find
look,
all my terms.
like my status. Don't have me out here looking bad.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not...
Okay,
you
so-
go.
Okay, so here's all the terms. Okay, you have a idealized monoamory. Okay, that is for someone. It says, I'm feeling loved for Alex and Kim. That's the middle person, and then the two on the side here. Okay, so that's kind of like you in a relationship.
This is a chart.
Yeah, but you found somebody else that you're interested in. Okay. So then you have the idealized monoamory. Okay, but only one of them can be real love. So I have to decide for Alex, and we'll forget about Kim. And then you have cheating. But my partner Alex doesn't know that I'm having an affair with Kim. And then you have a don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah,
That's
here
my
we go.
partner. Alex allowed me to have affairs, but we don't talk about who it is or what I do with them.
And that is what most of these people in anywhere is doing. They got to want, don't ask, don't tell.
And
Yeah,
And that's where they get it confused.
No
and try to say that's an open relationship. But ideally, that's not an open relationship.
Right.
That is don't ask, don't
Right.
tell.
Now, this is an open relationship.
Okay.
My partner Alex knows that I'm having an affair with Kim. Alex prefers to have one-night stands occasionally. Okay? Then after the open relationship, you have polygamy. I am married to both of them. I'm not legally recognized in every country, but our religion supports multiple marriage. Then you have a polyfidelity, and they love each other too. We're a closed triad. None of us can have other partners or affairs.
I like that.
Okay? And then you have the...
Bitch, we committed to all of these motherfuckers in this house.
Then you have a solo polyamory. They're both my partners, but I don't want to move in or marry any of them. I need a lot of anatomy and time and space for myself.
Oh, no, that's me then.
And then you have a relationship anarchy. Just like for all of my friends, more or less, I interact with everyone in the individual way that feels right for both of us. I don't care if anyone calls us partners or not.
I like that one too.
Oh. And what was the one before that one?
Solo polyamory.
And that's the one where you separate.
You need your space.
Yeah, you need your space. Yeah.
Hey.
Chill.
And then you have the...
If I'm ever looking for anything...
higher arcanal polyamory. I can't pronounce that word. But they're both my partners. But Kim knows that Alex, as my primary partner, always comes first.
Ooh. That's sticky. That's good too. That ain't bad. That one ain't bad.
Yeah.
Wow, can you send that to me? I'm gonna make that the SoundCloud for this episode.
That's dope.
It only shows on SoundCloud. It doesn't show. It just shows the regular. But on SoundCloud, I can change each episode. But I'm gonna change it to
We
that.
can put it on Instagram for our...
True.
Yeah.
That is.
It's so many different titles that people don't know about them. They just know it's just regular poly, and that's all they know. But there's so many different, but people don't understand too that you create your own dynamic. There's no rules to being poly. There's no rules that you have to set for your dynamic. You set your own dynamic for your relationship.
I need to find me a husband because this is just getting a little too and complicated.
You in a situationship first.
So let me ask this: what would you do if you've been dating this guy LaKenya?
I got somebody for you.
No, you don't.
But like he's great and he done proposed to you and he says this is what he wants, or even
it's a wrap. We're
She
done.
wants. I told y'all what.
When you saw Stevie J propose to Mimi and Johnson at the same time.
Maybe you should ask him to marry you.
No.
Not everybody was on the same page, but yeah.
And she said it's not for everybody.
It's not for me.
Marriage ain't for you.
You know what?
I was trying to catch up. My bad.
I feel like this world is changing everything.
It is. You don't
Just
know.
even with a woman proposing to a man, that is
never
unethical.
If you go, I ain't gonna go back there.
Unethical.
I'm not gonna go back there.
That's
The
unethical.
marriage you saying
Marriage is only
give you
about
apples
religion.
when you got married. Like your husband, you give you like a bag of fruit. That's where it first came from.
I don't know
And
about
then
all that.
I'm trying to tell you the history. You can go back. You can go back. They didn't have diamond rings back then.
No, they didn't have diamond rings. No.
I'm trying to tell you the history behind it. You can like Google this. It started off as not being that serious, and then it evolved into like diamond rings. When you start proposing, the man have to ask the woman type. So
I don't
it actually,
like that though.
You don't like
the woman asking?
I don't like to where the man has to be the only person to propose.
Thank you.
I
You're
don't
right.
like that. Yeah, I don't like that.
It's
like
open.
that.
Anybody, if you love that man enough, you want to propose
A
to
woman
him.
kneeling to a man.
Yes.
Did y'all see that video?
I did.
Love,
so
though.
feminine.
That is
I'm
love.
curious to know how you feel about that.
Like what? If a girl proposes?
kneel down on one knee.
Girl,
He gonna be looking at her like she's stupid anyway.
I don't
Like,
have-
bitch, get your ass.
I had like two that did propose to me already.
Oh, wow.
No.
How do they do it?
No.
I mean, it wasn't like kneeling down. We was like laying down in the bed.
That's a pillow talk.
You know what you did? You had fucked her so hard. You had fucked that shit out of your girl, and she was like, you know what, this is.
But if I would have said yes, you would. If I would have said yes, I would have expected a whole wedding.
No.
You say no?
Pillow talk.
I said whatever she wanted at the time.
And when did you ever break it off with her?
I mean, they knew what I
Are
was
y'all
doing.
still engaged?
He in a situationship.
I try to run from the when they start getting to that point. I just know I'm not.
So,
mentally
if a woman
prepared
do
for it.
that to a man, do she take his last name? Do she do
Does
the
he
man?
take her last
They just saying I want to marry a girl. Already done told you she want to marry you. Want to go look at some rings? They basically already saying I want to marry you. Women, they go take you ring shopping, start talking about when we have our wedding and this.
That's not asking.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You don't start dropping hints like that to somebody you don't want to marry. You meet a bum off the street, y'all date, you not finna be like, oh yeah, when I get married, you don't mention marriage to somebody you're not really interested in. As you telling you, like, nigga, you better be proposing. You better be proposing in the next year or two. We need to be planning this.
That's what I'm saying, because men complain about, the independent woman.
So you want to go from straight, I met you, to just, we married now?
No.
So why, you be going on dates?
No.
So how you
I'm
expect
not dating right now.
Y'all can't feel no more because y'all.
It's always.
He starts it.
Nah, I'm just trying to figure it out.
I'm trying to figure you out, LaKenya. You're just.
Why?
I'm just trying to, like, what's wrong with you?
Tiana, thank you so much for coming with us in our foolishness.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. If you ever have another party, come back. If you ever add men to the roster, Hugo's always
I'm ready.
Just let us know so we can promote.
We find out when the secret location.
I was gonna say, can you repeat the information one more time for everybody?
One more time for the people.
When you text the number, hold on. I don't know. Yeah, I have a number.
But they legit. It's organized. This ain't the shit that people be doing on A4A in Atlanta.
You're gonna text swingers to 407-333-5435. You will also get the link to purchase advance tickets for $18. If you pay at the door, it's $25, but you have to RSVP in order to get the address.
What day is the party in time?
The party is August the 31st on a Thursday, and from 9 until the following morning at 10 a.m.
Do y'all have food? Do y'all have food?
Yes, we're gonna have food.
I just want to go for the interview. Not even to see. This seems organized. They got no hookah.
We can't go. You're not invited to the party.
I know, but damn.
Jesus.
Tell us all about
9 p.m. to 10 a.m.
Yeah.
10 a.m. in the
So
morning.
you gotta go.
So you said we have to RSVP.
You should let men come in at like 5.
No.
Well, you have to think about it. It's gay pride. People are gonna be out all hours of the night.
10 in the morning, that's a situation.
Because I want to share it.
There's a lot of situationships come out of that.
Yes,
You have it on your page. You sharing it on your page and stuff.
Savoi, can you please go and try to bring Danny? I think Danny would want to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would.
That ain't Danny.
Oh, why you ain't going?
She is going.
My sister's not going. And if she is not discussing this in front of me. I don't want to hear it. No.
Cover your ears.
I'm gonna be there and I'm not participating. So.
Oh, your fiance?
I'm just the host. I'm just hosting it.
Yes, because you got to pay attention.
Are you scouting or you say you're already in a pilot? So you're not scouting, no scouting.
Right. I mean, our girlfriend is gonna be there, but I'm
Can she participate?
No.
If she chooses to.
She gotta ask permission.
No, she's not gonna ask permission. Do whatever she want to do.
So which one of the list? Which one are y'all at?
The clothes tryout.
Oh, okay.
So
But
people want
you
to
would let her go out
You
and
bring a book bag.
She chooses not to.
This one is book bag.
She got a question.
No, I don't.
If you want to bring your own sex toys, are you allowed?
Yes. We have door prizes too.
Yeah, store prices.
what you bringing up?
We have door prizes.
Door prizes.
Is there a raffle?
It is. But it's a lot of door prizes. We have a lot of different sex toys that we're gonna be giving out.
We gotta do something.
For the people who are looking to get in a poly and open relationship, are you able to tell them where to find a Facebook group or no?
Yes, beautiful black and poly.
Oh, cute. No men allowed.
They are checking for Adam Apples at the damn Facebook group.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You have educated the hell out of us.
Yes.
Wow. I tried.
We're gonna move on and we're gonna take a break.
Welcome back, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and go into a listener letter.
If you'd like to send a question to Ask the Panel, please send all emails to the Panel ATL podcast at gmail.com. That is the Panel ATL podcast at gmail.com.
Okay, here we go. Hey guys.
Name.
I didn't even say that. Hey guys, bit of a background. I'm gonna have to correct there. grammar as I go. Sorry. Hey guys, bit of a background. I'm a 21-year-old college student with 2 years left on an engineering degree. I have my own everything. I've always had a good job for my age. Phone? Sorry. So I have a bit of an issue. I'm currently in a situationship with this guy, and we've been moving fast, gotten each other rings. He's perfect in almost every way, always wants to satisfy me. He's attractive in the face, has a great job, and very family-oriented. However, there are issues, problems, the sex, and his weight. When we started talking, he told me he was verse, which is my fave, because I'm verse as well. However, when it came time, he only wants to bottom, which is a major issue with me because sometimes I want to bottom, sometimes I would like top. His weight was not a big issue from the start, but it seems like he doesn't want to lose any. I don't want to leave a good thing because of sex or something shallow. However, I do want to be completely happy. What do I do? Please help. I mean, sexual compatibility is very important.
But I mean, not everyone's gonna check all those boxes, though. You're gonna have to settle on something.
In the bedroom, though?
But he sex fished him. He told him he was verse, and
but they still having sex. He's just not getting pleased in one way, but they're still having sex.
That's where poly comes in.
That's her recommendation.
That's everyone's issues. Just go poly.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, I would say this.
And he's young, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You're young. You have your whole life. I would say, but with relationships, I know being in a relationship, you want to make sure that you do everything that you can possibly do before you just call it a quits. I would say flat out being honest. The biggest problem in relationships is people don't be honest. You need to let him know, like, look, I need some dick. I want that. That is what I'm missing in a relationship. If you're not able to give that to me,
it's not a relationship. It's a situationship.
What are those?
See, so what is he saving then?
And they have rings. Why do you have rings in a situationship?
Right. That doesn't make any sense.
I think it's a situationship because of the lack of sex. I think that is what is making it a situationship for him.
And I agree. I think you should definitely communicate and be honest with each other in regard to the sexual aspect. Now, in regard to the weight aspect, that's a very, very touchy area. So I would just try to incorporate it in your relationship as a whole. Oh, we're going to start eating more healthier. It's just for us to live longer, and say everything under the sun except for you're fat.
Right.
And just
tell them,
yeah, we can do it to something.
So you want to go running with me or something?
Let's take a gym.
But he met him in his current weight, so you knew what you were getting.
He's gained a little weight though, from what I gather.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. I thought I gathered that too.
That's what I gathered. No. Oh well, if you got with him when he was.
Yeah, you gotta accept him.
Yeah.
And then just help him change it.
Yeah.
Slide it in there a little bit. Make healthier meals. Let's go for a walk.
Yes.
You know what? The perfect thing is, look, man, I want to build something with you. I want to make sure that you're able to be here, and I want both of us to get healthy. If it's a situationship and he's in it for the long haul, he's gonna want to be with you on that journey. As far as the weight, try that. But I really think you got into that under the intentions of knowing that he was a bigger person or his weight, so you can't really complain about that too much. Like, I think if it just becomes a problem where you can't accept it, then you may need to move on. As far as the sex, like I said, you need to tell him that you're missing that, because that ultimately is going to break our relationship up. Ask if you can, if he don't want to, if you can add somebody else in there. If you listen to the show, clearly you have. You've heard that it can work for some people, and that's what you're missing. It seems like you're very happy with him. It's just the sex and a little bit of the weight.
But just make sure that's handled first before.
Which one, the sex or the weight?
Well, both of those issues before you present the poly situation.
Well, maybe the weight thing is why he's not committed to being a verse.
No,
what was the issue with the sex? I missed
it. Me too. What was the verse?
Because when they started a relationship, they both said they were verse.
Okay.
But his partner only wants it one way.
Okay.
So let's bring Hugo in. You with a
The
girl.
traditional way.
Yeah, because I don't know
wanna
what
change
verse
up.
mean or
change up.
nothing.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Okay. So,
Explain it to
do you
him,
want to be
yeah.
educated? I don't know if it...
I mean, we could, what you were going to ask me?
Okay, you with a
Yeah,
girl.
go ahead and tell the people what is it?
Verse is when you have someone that likes to be penetrated as well as penetrating others. Top is someone who just likes to penetrate. And bottom is just someone who likes to be penetrated. So when he met the guy, they both said they was verse. They both like to penetrate and get penetrated. But it turns out that the other guy doesn't.
He just wants to be a bottom.
He just wants to get penetrated. And he's missing being penetrated. But he's in this situationship. So that is the problem. So if you're with a girl and you not getting head, I would say, head, or she not letting you eat her out, what would you do if that's something that you missing?
I go
And then she'd have gained a little bit of weight.
I mean, I'll probably go get it from somebody else.
Without communicating.
Selfish.
He's a man.
That's true though, men.
No, I'm saying
But I think
like,
that's selfish.
I'm
That's
just saying-
selfish.
Which way? What he said?
When you don't wanna give your partner what they like, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not, that's selfish. Like I don't really like to be penetrated.
Tell all these wannabe strictly tops that. Say it one more time. That's selfish.
I don't really like to be penetrated. I really don't. But because my partner likes it, I allow myself to be penetrated every now and then. You know.
Well, I'm selfish then.
You know. You know, I will let her strap it up every now and then. But I don't like it, but because I know she enjoys it, then I'll allow that. That's
okay.
I mean, you can't be selfish when it comes to being in a relationship. You have to. It's a give and take type of thing. Like
I like head. I can't give it up.
I'm
Just like, LaKenya said, LaKenya said earlier, we just need more women to just make sacrifice and be like, you can go get that head from somewhere else, and then you just come
It's
back.
never gonna be just head. Like I can't imagine like
With a guy, it could just be just head. You know?
No.
We throw away sex. It ain't important.
So
We could just get head from her.
Bryan, what position are you? Or do you have
I've never bottomed, so I can't claim.
Never bottom.
Everyone's face right now. I've never been penetrated.
Are you open to it?
I am open to it. I just would rather it be in a situation where there's trust and there's communication and things like that.
No situation shit.
No situation, just preferably.
that's like losing your virginity.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I hate to
that's
be a
why.
lady about it.
What
but,
are those?
You know.
It's people out there. It's people out there.
Insecure.
People out there.
Girl version, girl. I wish I was there with you.
Who is it?
Molly.
No, Molly. She's a virgin.
Yvonne.
Yeah. So I'm not opposed, and I vocalize that,
I'm
you
a
know,
virgin
that
to
hey,
me.
this is what I have going on. This is what I'm open to. You know, just so everybody's on the same page. But it was at first it was like a fear, and I just really didn't understand. And then secondly, it was like, oh well, it's just gonna hurt too much. And then now I'm just at a point where it's like I just want to experience sex as a whole. You know, I've experienced other things, and that's the only thing really that I have known.
That's how I felt about head. That's why I was
I
like,
forgot about this point. Take another step. Sex toys. I enjoy when I'm having sex playing with a toy with my partner. Mm-hmm. See if he's open to that. Double-headed dildo. Shit, y'all both fuck each other. Hell, you don't want no dick. You want to give it.
Wow.
I mean, hey, I'm just saying. I'm trying to help because I don't want you to just automatically just be like, yeah, I'm about to leave this nigga alone. If that's what you don't want to do. There's other options. There's sex toys. Talk to him. Possibly bring somebody else in if he's okay. If y'all both mentally stable for that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But I think just flat out telling him that you're missing this is the only step to do.
Yeah.
And then seeing what he's able to provide to you.
Because at that time, that gives an open forum for him to say, you know what? Well, I don't enjoy topping, and then you guys can make another decision from there.
Right.
I think his weight is the reason why he doesn't want to top.
That's a big small. It's typically the other way around if they big, if anything. But I mean, that could just be mean to people.
Or he's just waiting for somebody, I guess, that he love or that you could cherish that with. You don't want to just
To give you
with
dick away?
No, I'm talking about.
But they're wearing rings, though. They're wearing
Thank
rings.
you.
We're talking about this.
Oh, okay. No, I thought we were talking about my man's over here.
No.
Okay.
Brian's good.
Yeah, I know he good. I know.
But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wearing rings, though. So they're...
Were they're purchased. That's how we know the rings are purchased.
You're so stupid.
Financed.
But yeah, that's I guess that's our advice as a whole. So everybody's gonna go around and say what their advice is, so we can make it clear. So what's your
I really
advice?
don't have no advice for him.
LaKenya.
I mean, yeah, he definitely needs to communicate that with his partner. That, you know, like you said, that's something he's missing out on or whatever. And they try to figure out if they're going to add somebody, like you said, or they're going to flip and, you know,
Hide the honey buns. You just hide the honey buns or eat healthier. And sneak it on.
Oh, he's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting. I mean, y'all just try to do stuff together. You try to incorporate healthier things into the meal. That way you can kind of get used to eating
Actually,
healthier.
sex will help him lose weight too.
Yeah, like a math. I'm trying to add how many times they doing it.
I done left that Apple Watch on and that little activity meter that went over.
Yeah.
I agree. Just to piggyback off that, just be honest and upfront, because I think that creates an open forum for both parties. Then, oh wow, he's being honest. Okay, I can finally disclose that I don't like this or da 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 da, and then just kind of go from there. Because you may not even have to mention the weight part. Like at the sex part, if he's not interested in being a top or topping you, and that's like your trigger, then just leave the weight thing alone. Just say, oh, well, it's not going to work, you know, because of this reason.
Right. But I think the complication is he want to work it out, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So if that's a deal breaker, then, you know, but it got rings, so it just...
Well, like he said, try toys.
Yeah, try toys.
That's really my recommendation. Yeah. Bring them toys and then see if he gonna.
Because maybe if our writer plays with himself with the dildo, then maybe his partner would be like, "Ooh, that's sexy." You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in there.
Thought a dildo fell back down.
It's raining dildos.
Good luck, and write us and let us know how that turns out.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And we love videos and pictures.
Oh.
I'm not going there with
nobody?
y'all.
Okay, just
right.
For me, growing up as a little black lesbian in Alabama was kind of like being Michael Sam's in the NFL. And then I married a slender white woman, which was like being every other black guy in the NFL. And I said, Mom, Dad, I need to introduce you all to my fiance. And my daddy said, where the fuck he at? Kim K could sell anything right now. She could come out with her own line of STDs and they would sell out. The same night they would. And you'll see on Instagram the next day a little girl saying, Kimmy Crab's on fleek. Hashtag penicillin.
Well, okay, we're back and we're here with Kia Comedy. Hello.
How you doing?
You want to introduce yourself to everybody who don't know already?
My name is Kia. I go by Kia Comedy. I'm from Alabama. I taught for 6 years, but now I do comedy and entertainment full time. I call myself an edutainer because outside of comedy, I also am an activist and an advocate. I am the producer of Atlanta's Andro Fashion Show and just trying to make big moves in Atlanta and the overall LGBTQ community, especially with queer people of color.
Cool. So how did you get started in comedy?
It all started with me joking on my kids, my students. Because it was a joke to tell them the sky's the limit when they little badass, they wouldn't even sit in the desk and just was turning up. I was just, I had to roast the kids. It started off with me roasting kids, talking about the trash man make more than the teacher, but they eating free lunch. It started with me just joking on them like that. I was dared to do this comedy show called Laugh Your Class Off, where it's pretty much just teachers talking about their issues and stuff. I did that, and I describe it as love at first laugh. And it just went on from there. I did a couple open mics and started doing book shows and decided that I wanted to do more than just Atlanta. So last year, before I started doing the Andro Fashion Show, I was doing a nationwide tour and just hitting up all the LGBTQ venues across the country and putting other LGBTQ artists on stage with me, other comedians, rappers, even had a dancer. Thank you for that. But then well, not a butt naked booty stripper, but a dancer. You know, it's art. Gotta appreciate and respect the arts. And then I came back to Atlanta and did the Andro Fashion Show, and it has locked me down. It's almost like 24/7 because it's never done, because we always want to take it to the next level, take it to the next city, get more models, get a higher quality product, and that's what it is. That's who I am. That's what I do. Busy, busy, busy.
So why androgynous fashion show? Why?
Because outside of your As Marie and Ruby Rose, there aren't really that many opportunities for androgynous and masculine identified lesbians. And so if they are in anything fashion, they're having to put on the lipstick and all of that jazz and pretty much pretend to be someone who they aren't. But as a queer woman of color, I can tell you we have style, we have fashion sense, and a lot of popular trends come from our community. So I wanted to highlight that, not just the androgynous models, but also the designers who cater to women who happen to like to wear men's clothes. I got tired of arguing with Grandpa over the last size large shirt in the men's section, and then it didn't even fit my hips, you know. And I didn't know where to find those clothes, so once I started coming across those people, I wanted everybody to know about it. Just creating a platform and an avenue for women who look like me.
So this fashion is more so a men's look, but to fit a female's body.
Some of it is. Okay. Some of it is. We have an underwear designer named Tomboy X, and they do have the bigger band around the waist. We also have Tomboy X is out of Seattle. We have Tony Marlowe underwear out of Canada, and they are like boxer briefs, but they don't have a dick hole. So it's not for the guys, it's for us, but it's just a different cut. They're more accommodating to our hips and the different shapes of a woman's body. We have a tuxedo designer, but it's not like box body tux where they are more broad in the shoulders for men. They're things that accommodate women. So yeah, I guess women and men's wear, but it's for us, by us.
Come on, FUBU.
Okay. Okay, so what have been some discriminations or obstacles you have overcome, not only being a comedian, but also a gay comedian?
Oh, God. I met this comedian named Hope Flood, who I grew up watching on Comic View and all around. I thought she was amazing. And when I finally met her in the green room at Atlanta Comedy Theater, I had my wife with me. And she was very disrespectful about my sexuality and the fact that I had married outside of my race. And she felt like she was the sole authority to speak on all things Kia. And pretty much I just went up on her show before her and had a better show than she did. And then I walked up out of that bitch and I didn't even watch her perform. Because I know I'm on the uphill and I know she's acting like that because she's sad and miserable and empty. And for the most part in the green room it's a lot of love, but sometimes, you know, we're comedians, nothing is off limits. So I get shit sometimes, but I can give it just like I can take it. As far as discrimination in the industry, I did, when I first started, I had so many people tell me not to focus on anything gay and just market myself as a comedian. And I definitely got a lot of pushback from that, but I've seen my success in my community. I'm able to tour because my community supports me. So what they meant for bad, I found it as a niche, and it's been a blessing to me. So
I have a question. Do you, so we know now that you're married and your wife is, what is her race?
She's white. She's Nebraska white. She's real white.
Do you get any backlash? Because you said you do stuff more so for the queer black community. Do you get any backlash that they think that you're some sort of traitor or something like that? Or do you feel like you get any backlash from specifically the queer black community?
I have always been a very Afrocentric person. So, and just like many of the people who started off doing the groundwork with the NAACP, just being around other people, you end up with somebody that looks different from you. It's not something that I planned. Actually, when I first met her, it was back in my downlink days, and my profile literally said like I only dated black women, and she wasn't hearing that. Right, I was very specific about that, and I did have strong feelings about seeing black men who, when they made it to become a doctor or a lawyer, a professional athlete or rapper or whatever in the world, it seems like they always date outside of their race. So I understand where that's coming from because I was there. But every situation is different. There are those assholes like, what's his name? Is it Danny Glover? Said he doesn't like dark-skinned women. There are those assholes out there that are just hating themselves. That was Danny Glover too. Oh. That was Danny Glover. I know that breaks everybody's heart. He's an asshole too.
I got a fact.
I mean, he's creative though. He's from Atlanta. We'll rep all that good shit. I do bad shit too. Nobody's perfect, but I know that there is self-hate and all of that, but I'm not that person. Hope Flood is the only one who said anything to my face. But I've never had anybody just talk shit about my relationship. It's gotten back to me. Oh, there was this one incident, and this girl was so ugly that she just would have been miserable no matter what. She was so ugly that she was just reflecting the hurt and pain that was inside of her. That wasn't about me at all. She did make it very, very awkward. We were at a Kwanzaa celebration. I'd already called ahead to say, is it cool to bring Kenzie? Because it's Kwanzaa. And they were like, yeah. And everybody was cool until Big Bone came up in there being an asshole with her purple hair. She was being an asshole. She just kept flipping through the magazines. We were doing vision boards. She kept flipping through. Look at all these skinny white bitches. Look at all these skinny white bitches. Skinny white bitches. And she's sitting right by my wife. So I finally checked it. Like, it's not anybody's fault that, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Why you keep being so disrespectful? And that got really ugly and awkward. That story is in... What is it? That story got quite a bit of traction because I wrote about that. But yeah, like, I don't know, people don't really bother us. We represent for everybody. We represent for the queer community overall. And my wife thinks she's black anyway. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. DJ Kenzie Q on the ones and twos got all the trap music in the world. I don't know.
So have you seen Get Out?
I've seen Get Out.
You heard it. So after you saw it, did you feel any different about being in the interracial dating someone who was white? Did you feel any different? Did that trigger you at all? And was your first time meeting her parents similar to the situation?
My first time meeting her little cousin, Jack, 8 years old. Hey Jack, how you doing? I hate Obama. That was his response. Okay. And her dad also wanted to have that conversation with me, but I am like politically aware and involved and able to hold my own, and I understand how to work with people who might have different beliefs and listen to them and hopefully get them to listen to me. So I think my family as well, we've all grown quite a bit. Everybody always asks me about how her family responded, but like my family was the same thing. It was the same thing. It wasn't a one-sided thing. We grow up being taught that we're different and that we're not supposed to be around each other and stuff. And every generation just makes the next generation better. So we learning with each other. We were growing with each other. It wasn't awful. And did I feel differently after watching Get Out? That movie was so deeply rooted in fantasy that I can't say that I could relate to anything in that movie at all. He was a sellout, and he got sold. So sucker, he made a sucker move. That's his issue.
So, do you believe in poly relationships?
Like, do I believe they exist like Santa Claus?
I mean, yeah. Did you see yourself?
They are about it. I mean, to each his own. Sexuality is fluid. We're lesbians. We're women. Like, it all depends. I think there just have to be parameters that. I don't know. I work in entertainment. It's girls all the time. I don't even. what was the word that y'all arguing about? Situationship or something?
Yeah.
Situationship. Like, it's so many different situationships going on that I really don't even feel the need to put a label on it. Sexuality is fluid.
So let me ask this again.
It's like you're evading.
Yeah. If your wife came to you and said she would like to bring somebody else into the marriage permanently, would you be down for that?
No.
I feel like you just spoke straight to her. No. Okay.
And that no, do not ask, don't tell type situation either.
What? What is don't ask, don't tell?
Don't ask, don't tell again.
That's one of those situations where you know I'm dating somebody else, but we don't talk about it.
So, cheating.
No, it's not cheating because you know.
It ain't cheating, supposedly.
It's not cheating. You know.
Because you know, but you just don't ask about it.
But you just don't ask about it.
Right, and what exactly they're doing or who they're doing it with.
That's rough.
I don't know how to. I can't like speak on something like that like it's black and white because it's about emotion and every situation varies. Not like even with the times, like if you had asked me that 8 months ago, I probably would have said yes. It's just not a black and white area for me. I've always existed so much more in the gray. I've experienced so much in this lifestyle. I was born this gay. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to put these things in a box when I've experienced so much and some, like, I don't know how to reflect something that's so fluid. I'm me. I'm married. I am probably a nympho. Like, I just don't know how to fit that in the box. I don't know how to, I guess, to structure that question differently. Let me try to approach that differently. Give me another question.
Leave them situationships alone. Don't get in them. It's complicated.
No.
So if it just happened.
How does it just happen? Cheating don't just happen now.
No, not the cheating part. But say y'all, okay, just say y'all just so happen to meet somebody.
Go to your party.
She got an event that she's going to talk about, but another next month.
And y'all just meet somebody. She's beautiful. She's nice. She's resembles, maybe your wife. And your wife is feeling her. You feeling her.
Why she gotta resemble my wife though? Like,
not looks wise, but
she always want something different?
Personality wise, anything. Both of y'all are attracted to her. Let's just put it that way. And it just happens because sometimes it just happens. And she say, "I want to be with both of y'all."
Been there, done that, and I think we gained a lifelong friend from that. But I don't think like situations like that are for everybody. It's just not for everybody. Like for me, been there, done that, and it's been beautiful. But is it a model that could last a long time? I don't know. I don't know. It's not, my objections wouldn't be like anything about jealousy or insecurity. It's just women are demanding. Women take a lot. I'm a very passionate and affectionate person, and it's just difficult to spread yourself so thin, I guess.
Okay. So you brought a special person with you. Introduce yourself.
My name is Lo Lisa, but you can call me Lo. I'm Motor City Lo.
Okay.
So I'm from Detroit.
What part? Some knowledge on ours, I should say.
My family has homes all over. I grew up on Stahalin and 8 Mile, 7 Mile in Stansbury, and Snowden and Pearson. Yeah.
So you about that life?
I'm about that life.
So you're a model?
Yes, I am.
And how many intro shows have you done?
This is my first one.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
So what made you want to be a part of the show? Like, what drew you to saying, hey, I want to be a part of this?
It was key, you know. I mean, I did fashion when I was in college, and you know, undergrad or whatever. And then I came out here, and it was just like, it was a cliche to be a model or whatever, but the way Key promoted things and what she stood for and how she handles herself and people around her, that energy is what I like. So, you know, I gravitated towards being a part of something that
Thank you.
that had dope energy. You know, people compliment me, so I was like, all right, let me, you know, go ahead and dabble in it again. So here I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever been in an open relationship?
Yes, I have.
Okay, how was that?
It was entertaining for the first year and a half. Then after that, it just got complex, and you know, not something people should look for long term. It's just something, you know, we all go through phases and chapters in our life, and sometimes that poly relationship or that situation is just that chapter, not something you should consider a long-term relationship. That's when things get complex, when it comes to who's going to take care of who's going to do this, that, and the third, who should I rely on to do X, Y, and Z, you know. Those things are very important, you know, in a relationship, and when you have 3 people in there, it gets complicated, from my point of view.
Sometimes it's more than 3.
You play too much. I got enough to go around. God dang, like.
So there has to be like a dominant figure in the relationship. Like they say, the man wears the pants. So you have to have that person that wears the pants, and then the other follow suit.
In the lesbian situation, it doesn't, you know.
But even so, in like the open relationships or the poly, it's like there has to be that one
somebody
dominant person,
and
then everybody just follows suit.
Yeah, and I like to be the one to say, hey, you know, what we doing here? What's going on? Because it's too much nonchalantness going on.
That's how you get into
So you seem like you would be the dominant one then.
I mean, I would, but I am attracted to women that sometimes take the lead. You just got to know how to control me. You got to understand me. And if we vibe well, then let's make something happen. You know, but I have yet to come across that. There have been times that it happened, you know, but it wasn't consistent. My issue is women sometimes aren't consistent.
Yes, thank you.
And when you're consistent, that's when you get lovely relationships of those, you know, nice bigger relationships we see on Instagram, lesbians that we support or whatever, you know, because they're consistent. They found something that they adore in each other, and it allows them to be consistent.
What's your sign, Lo?
I'm a Leo, baby.
Oh, yeah, run!
They behave.
No, it's the man.
They behave.
Because we like to have a good time. You just gotta entertain. You like poly, so I mean, if you into like dating a whole bunch of people and have a good time all the time, you should date a Leo. Because we're outgoing.
Oh, friends are Leo. I'm a Taurus.
Oh, girl. You guys
talk about signs.
I was just curious because I like your energy.
Your aura.
Thank you. I try to keep
Scream
that.
Leo.
So
You're screaming Leo now.
Yes, I am. Oh God. No, yes, just with women. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, not girls.
Yes,
Not men.
men differentiate.
Yeah, it is a big difference.
Oh yeah.
A big difference. Even women sometimes act like girls, but they just have a grown woman body.
Okay.
You know, I find it attractive sometimes, but you know, not one to call wife.
So back to you, Ken. We kind of got sidetracked.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. What makes your show different versus anybody else doing like a lesbian fashion show?
Pretty much exactly what Lo said. It is not just a fashion show or a moment, it's a movement. I am positioning this show and the people involved to be role models and mentors. So we don't just do the fashion show, we do all types of events together that bring together the queer community, not just for parties. Like we've done sip and strokes, we've done speed dating, we've done queer trivia, even a basketball tournament, we've done backpack and school supply drives. It's not just about clothes. And even if we are looking at it from a fashion perspective, I don't just use any and every designer that has cute pieces. I try to highlight LGBTQ designers who are putting in the work to create something for our community. So it's not just any and everybody that can do something dope is creating a platform for the people who are putting in the work in our community. And we don't just practice for a week or two. We do this for months. We've been to Miami together. We've done DC together. It's just different overall. It's different. I know they talked about their sex party, but it's at the same time as the Andro Fashion Show after party. Models and bottles come through. Starts at 10 o'clock. Ends at 2 p.m.
Both of y'all,
there will be dancing 2 a.m. There will be dancers. There will be some nudity, but nobody will be putting any type of moisture on you anywhere. You might get moist, but you don't have to worry about randomly getting humped in the corner. What's
come to my party and get humped in the corner.
You can come to her party and get humped in the corner. This is a true story. Hey, you could get humped in the corner. I ain't even gonna lie. You might get humped on stage. It goes down at MSR Lesbian Bar, where we are also doing the show from today. Big ups to MSR Lesbian Bar.
So don't give you good shit.
Why you cutting it out?
Because
we gonna ask you that.
Yeah. What are your next events coming up? Because you have a lot going on. You have a whole Labor Day event week, and then you also have things next week before Labor Day weekend. Wait, next week is Labor Day weekend. Sorry, I'm just going on vacation, so I don't know. Everything is
So of course I have an entire Labor Day lineup. Starts off Wednesday night with kickoff karaoke. Then the Andro Fashion Show is Thursday night at Taco International Center, followed by the after party here at MSR Lesbian Bar. Friday we have a block party with Whitney Mixer. Before that we have Beautiful Burlesque. They're going to be putting on a sexy burlesque show from 8 o'clock until 10 p.m. And Saturday we have lesbian speed dating, followed by a traffic light party. So come out here if you are looking for somebody to swing your way, to add to your couple, or just single and ready to mingle. Come through for that. Sunday we have the sexiest day party in the city. It's grown and sexy. Every Sunday the ladies come out. And Sunday is also the lesbian luau. And Monday we're just celebrating Labor Day with a little cookout out front. We have glam stations. We'll have a photo booth. LIA Atlanta is cooking. It's going to be a lot of fun. So just busy, busy, busy. Outside of that, we're also taking the Andro Fashion Show to Miami on December 9th. Before that, I'm headlining at Sister Space, which is in Maryland, sisterspace.com. Just all over the place. I always have something going on. I gotta look at my calendar to give you all the details. I always got something going on.
So what's next for Kia and Kia Comedy? Kids, gonna have kids soon? Like, what's next for you? Because you're doing a lot.
I will have a family. It's something that we've actually tried to do before. I will have a family, but right now I'm just so focused on expanding and being out there because I see so many needs in our community, and I don't see anybody stepping up to the plate unless they feel like they're going to get a big check out of it. So just being there and being a voice for people who may be afraid to say, I'm being oppressed at my job or discriminated against because of my sexuality, or those people who are afraid to speak out and talk to their families or share their experiences about things that happen. So I do what I do because I genuinely feel like there's a fire inside, like burning to make me take up these causes. And until that changes, that's what I'm going to be doing. Getting out there, putting in the work, representing for the community, and speaking up for those who are afraid to speak out.
What better time than now with all the changes going on?
Absolutely.
That's so true. And what you have going up next? What's up for you? You single? You on Plenty of Fish? And
okay.
What is that? I'm new
Plenty
to
of
it. I only been on
you don't want that. You don't want none of that.
No, I think I did a Cupid.
Okay, Cupid.
Okay, Cupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm single. Yes, I'm.
Go on Plenty of Fish. You won't be single by the end of the night. I swear to God.
You're probably on Plenty of Fish and just don't know it. I've had so many fake profiles. People will steal your pictures if they think you kind of decent.
Trifling.
Oh, hell yeah. I was like, well, tell her to meet you somewhere then. I want to see what she looks like. For real.
No, I'm single. You know, I like I said earlier, women. You know, I like someone that's consistent and like to have a good time. You know, not afraid to continue to be who they are, but also accept me and respect me for who I am and where I'm at in life and grow with me. What's next for me? I'm enjoying the right now. What comes next is what will be handled right then and there. Right now, it's just me enjoying life.
That is so Leo.
So you going to the party with Savoi after?
I'm not sure. I'm sure I gotta make sure that I handle my. You always got 2 jobs. You make sure you complete the first job first, and that's making sure I complete the fashion show.
Oh, they're still available.
There you go.
They're open to 10.
There you go.
So you have plenty of time to go take a nap.
Okay. If I have a good time enough and I rest myself enough, if I have another outfit, then yeah.
Okay, because you definitely gonna sweat.
Well, the clothes are limited at the next one.
They're optional.
Optional.
I'm not about to be naked at nobody's party. I would love to, because honestly, I'm a very I wouldn't say nympho, but I'm a very sexual person, and I'm interested in BDS sometimes or whatever. But
okay,
so
We're gonna bring both of y'all back.
I want to see what they got to offer and what's it about. I haven't been to one since I've been in Atlanta, and I'm curious. So
I ain't never been in one period. I just want to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Have you ever been, Kia?
Kia probably have.
I'm just saying,
because
I don't like.
she's the face. I'm sure she probably been to a party or two.
I don't like random vaginas and random women. And so something like that, it doesn't appeal to me.
breed.
No, just because I've just done so much. I partied hard, which only prepared me for this because now it's a completely different situation. But I partied so hard when I was in college. I did the Disney College program. I lived in Orlando. I did spring break for 2 years of my life. I bopped around California and Miami and all over the place. So it doesn't appeal to me. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't want random juices on me, and I don't know where it came from.
Random juice.
Yeah, I've been there, done the little orgy thing. That's not for me. That's not for me.
Some people don't even know they pee yet.
Right? Right?
Yeah, they gotta get to know her first before they try to throw her around.
Right.
I'm gonna say that to my friend. Because she needs to get out. She needs to mingle. I'm gonna say it to her.
Y'all trying to have us in the closet. Y'all trying to put us back in the closet.
I'm just trying to get everybody to explore their sexuality.
Right.
You believe it too, Hugo?
Yeah, man.
Well, go ahead.
Well, so tell everybody where they can find you, Kia, as well as all your events.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as Kia Comedy. You can also check me out at KiaComedy.com. You can find the Andro Fashion Show as Andro Fashion Show on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and www.androfashionshow.com.
But we can't find you on Plenty of Fish, so they see you.
If you see a profile on Plenty of Fish, that is not me. That has happened more times than I would like to admit, but it has never been me. I am on the Her app, coming to a city near you with all my flyers. But that's about all I got for you.
No, you can catch me on Twitter. I haven't been on there in ages since undergrad, but I'll reopen it up.
Undergrad? How many years has it been? Because you keep referencing it.
Nah, but you can catch me on Instagram at motorcity_low, LOW. And yeah, at the show, the fashion show. You want to come see me, meet me?
I'll be there. Yeah. Some of the other cast members will be there too.
I'm not on Plenty of Fish and none of that.
Me neither. I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm happy where I'm at in life.
If you want to meet me, come see me. Welcome to me and have a conversation. Don't be too aggressive.
Yeah. I ain't all on these dating sites and doing all that.
I like flowers and stuff.
Don't forget your football now. They can come see you playing football.
Yeah.
What's your team?
Yeah, I play for Reloaded, a football contact flag football team for all women.
You finna have a whole cheering section. When the next game?
I'm fine with that. Well, we're traveling a little bit right now. It's tournament time. But when the season starts up, I will provide you that information to get us going. But you can follow me on Instagram at motorcity_low, and I'll update the information on there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say on behalf of the cast that's still here, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
What day are your events again? One more time.
Starts off Wednesday, and we're not done until Monday evening. So come through MSR Lesbian Bar, except for Thursday night, the Andro Fashion Show. It all goes down August 31st. Red carpet starts at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock, the show begins. I need you to go ahead and get your tickets now at androfashionshow.com.
As well as on August 31st at the Key event, and you feeling a little frisky, you go home and get dressed and change. Take off some clothes, and you can head out to the lesbian Sweegers party.
Bring your baby wipes.
Hand sanitizer.
Zach.
Okay. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe to it and rate it on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. Also, if you have any suggestions or to write in a letter to the panel, please email us at thepanelatlpodcast@gmail.com.